Hello everybody. Rimworld is famous for its complex medical system and availability of artificial parts which you can install into your bones. Today I'm going to review the vanilla implants and prosthetic system. We're going to look at all the research and different implants, and then we'll take a look at a couple of the most famous implant mods. Stay tuned, let's get on with it. On the screen you see default operations available on the colonists without any research and special items. You can remove some of the organs, you can euthanize them, you can anesthetize them, and you can also install peg leg, wooden hand, wooden foot, and a denture, which is a jaw replacement, using the wood. And all of these would only take one piece of wood, and if you would remove them, they would turn back into wood. And their efficiency is very low. Let's take a look at the default tech screen provided by Vanilla. The most basic industrial research into prosthetics provides us with 4 different implants. There is a cochlear implant which can improve hearing. The efficiency is only 65%. It can be used when you have a colonist with trouble hearing. There is a prosthetic heart which can be used to replace a heart which suffered damage. It has only 80% of efficiency. There are prosthetic arm and prosthetic leg which are better than peg leg and peg arm. The arm efficiency is only 50%, the leg efficiency is 85%. All of the implants are produced on the machining table. The next spacer level technology is brain wiring. It gives us access to 3 implants, a mind screw, a pain stopper, and a joy wire. The mind screw gives the bone a permanent 20% pain effect. If you're curious about possible applications, there are not many, but you could try to use this on a masochist bone or maybe on a psychic, because pain helps to cool down faster. If you use it on a the wimp will go down. The pain stopper just removes pain completely, so it's a pretty powerful implant. And the joy wire does remove the brain efficiency, but it gives a permanent 30 mood effect. The next research level, specialized limbs, gives us access to 3 different arms. The field hand gives armor penetration and melee damage, as well as increases plant work speed. The drill arm also gives even better armor penetration and melee damage per second. It also increases the mining speed and deep drilling speed. The power claw gives the best armor penetration and melee damage, but it doesn't provide other benefits. All 3 hands have 100% efficiency and slow down the bone by 8%. The bionic replacement tech provides a lot of different implants. The ears, the spine, the heart, the stomach, the leg, the arm, and the eye. Most of them have 125% efficiency, so they are better than natural organs. Only the spine has 100% efficiency, and it can be used to cure the bad back. The compact weaponry gives us 3 different options for internal weapons. All of them have different armor penetration and melee damage. The spike has the most penetration and the least amount of damage. The talon has the least amount of penetration and the most amount of damage. The poison synthesis allows us to install venom talons and fangs. Both of them provide some damage and also allow the colonist to inject the enemy with toxic buildup. Theoretically, if you inject a lot of toxic buildup, the enemy can go down without dying, because the toxic buildup damage doesn't kill bones. The ultra tech level technology, circadian influence, provides us with 2 interesting brain implants. One of them, the half cycler, reduces the consciousness but makes the bone never require sleep. The second one doesn't provide any negative effects but only slows the tiredness by 20%. The skin hardening gives us 3 different glands. The tough skin improves armor a little and slows down the bone by 5%. The armor skin slows down the bone even more and reduces the beauty in exchange for more armor. And the stone skin reduces the speed by whopping 15% and also makes the bone very ugly, but the armor is much better. The healing factor gives us 2 implants, the healing enhancer, which increases natural healing factor by 50%, and the coagulator, which reduces the bleeding by 50%. The molecular analysis gives us the immune enhancer, which increases the immunity gain speed by 8%, and a nose replacement called gastroanalyzer, which increases cooking speed. The neural computation provides us with a learning assistant implant, which increases the global learning factor, so all the skills raise faster by 20%, and a neurocalculator implant, which increases the research speed done by the colonist by 20%. The flash shaping gives us less important implants, which can increase the colony happiness a bit. The love enhancer increases the loving mood boost. It is only required for one of the pair, two do not give extra effect. And the aesthetics shaper and aesthetic nose give extra beauty to the colonist who has them. And the final technology, artificial metabolism, provides us with 3 different stomachs. The detoxifier stomach reduces the food poisoning chance to 0. The reprocessor stomach decreases hunger rate by 25%. And there is also a nuclear stomach, which will set the hunger rate to a low 25% and completely reduce the food poisoning chance. But a pawn with this stomach can get cancer. And of course, there are a few implants which can be crafted. It includes Architect implants such as Architect Eye, Leg and Arm. All of them have 150% efficiency and they can only be received from quests or ancient locations. The Death acidifier also can only be purchased and received from quests, but it's not really useful, it will simply destroy equipment on death. And finally, the Royalty DLC adds a few psychic related implants, and I just think it's worth mentioning that the game has removed Sicer blades and psychic silencers as implants as of the current version. Now that we know which implants do we have in vanilla, let's compare them with mods. 2 mods that I'm going to review are going to be Expanded Prosthetics and Organ Engineering, the Fork version which is newer, and RAS Bionics and Surgery Expansion. You may know them as EPOE and RBSE. Quite a few people cannot say why they use one or another, and I want to provide a detailed review on different features these mods have. I'm not going to review every implant, and generally both mods do the same, but there are still significant differences, and I want to quickly recap. Both of these mods add custom workbenches, which allow to craft extra bionics, and they also do not remove the vanilla implants. EPOE has a bit more complicated system of healing scars and health conditions, while for RBSE you just need glitter rolled medicine. EPOE allows you to also easily harvest organs such as eyes and noses and ears from the very beginning. RAS Bionics doesn't let you do that. EPOE lets you scrap and upgrade older implants so they don't lay around. In RAS Bionics and Surgery Expansion, you can upgrade some bionics too, but you cannot scrap them. The RAS Bionics and Surgery Expansion allows you to mend bone injuries, not only in the body, and the organs rot, as well as there is an implant rejection system. It may sound like it is a bit harder, but I would say that high-level implants are stronger at RBSE. To recap, EPOE is good for those who want to recycle implants and want more customization. RBSE is better for those who want a bit of an easier gameplay, and it's probably better for larger forts because you will not have time to babysit fingers replacement of every colonist. Please understand that this is my honest personal opinion, and if you would like to make up your mind, keep watching and look at the differences. Let's take a look at the default harvest and installation options without extra implants. As you can see, EPOE gives you a chance to harvest more organs and transplant them, as well as install eye patches and bandages in the ears. RBSE has more of the vanilla style, but still it's worth mentioning that the peg legs, feet and hands are here and they require more material than standard vanilla peg items. You also can install hook hands and steel arms without any extra crafting, something that requires an implant in EPOE. And finally, let's take a look at the 2 research trees and which implants do we get. As you can see, EPOE starts in Neolithic era, while RBSE doesn't require that kind of research to make steel arms and hook hands. In the industrial era, EPOE allows you to make 80% efficiency prosthetics, as well as some replacement bones such as radius and pelvis, and a hydraulic jaw, which is typically the same as a normal jaw, but the bone has trouble speaking and eats faster. There's also a golden eye, which is just for the looks, to remove disfigurement, and a light receptor, which works at 80% of a normal eye. And as you can see, you can also create sizer blades, something that was removed from vanilla. These prosthetics are made in the new prosthetic workbench. RBSE has a similar set of implants crafted in machining table, and unfortunately we don't have any eye replacements, as well as no scyther blades, but other implants are on a similar 80% scale. In the same industrial era, EPOE allows you to craft surrogate organs, which only have 65% efficiency. Unfortunately for RBSE, you can only transplant organs, you cannot craft any basic organs in that era. In the spacer era, EPOE allows you to craft specific materials which let you fix scars, burns, and frail and bad back conditions. That's a nanomuscular framework, which is followed up by neurological framework, which allows you to cure dementia, Alzheimer's, and brain damage, but you need to craft them separately before you can apply them to the bone. RBSE simply gives you a chance to fix scars and old wounds with glitter medicine, but it doesn't let you cure neurological diseases. Let's go back to the spacer era in EPOE. In EPOE, you can craft synthetic organs that give 120% efficiency. In RBSE, you can make synthetic organs that do not provide extra efficiency, but they provide bonuses to functionality. Let's jump back to EPOE. You can also craft bionic replacements that give 120% efficiency. After standard bionics, you can upgrade to advanced bionics, which provide 135% of efficiency. In addition to standard limbs, you can also craft fingers and toes, so you don't have to replace the whole hand. Besides that, there is an interesting technology which allows you to replace ribs with medical ribs that technically modify either pain or moving. They're like injectors. The last but not least interesting feature here is organic optimization, which lets you upgrade natural components, so your body purists do not suffer from implants and yet become better people. In RBSE, the bionics are pretty standard. You either get 115 up to 130% efficiency on standard bionics and 130 to 150% efficiency on advanced bionics. Generally, if it's hands and feet, they have less efficiency. If it's whole body parts like arms and legs, they give more efficiency. It is worth mentioning that if you combine an exoskeleton suit with a bionic spine, you get a huge bonus to manipulation and movement. There are no options for fingers or toes, so you have to replace whole hands and feet. When it comes to brain implants, EPOE gives you a choice of a few balanced options for auxiliary AI, as well as an ability to install AI Persona Core, which will require permanent tending. None of them are specifically good at everything. You can pick and select what you need for specific colonists. RBSE gives you a very overpowered implant called Cortex Augmenter, as well as pretty strong hyperregulator and somewhat useful neurostimulator. As you can see, Cortex Augmenter gives 50% learning, 30% work speed, 15% surgery success, 15% negotiation, 15% social impact, and plus 5% consciousness. So it's a beast, it's the strongest implant I have seen now. Hyperregulator is useful if you want your bone to survive better. It will also decrease the break threshold and the pain and the tiredness, so I would say this is one of the strongest options in the whole mod. And finally, neurostimulator is much weaker in comparison to the first two. So let's take a look at the bigger picture again. I would say that EPOE lets you tweak smaller problems and sometimes critical ones such as missing eye very early. It can also let you replace fingers without replacing whole hands, which makes sense. RBSE gives you very powerful bonuses in the end, and generally seems like a mod which would suit better a playstyle where you have dozens of colonists, so you do not babysit each one as much. But of course this is just my personal opinion, so you will have to make up your own mind. One important fact worth mentioning is that RBSE is very actively being updated. For example, I got an answer to my question within 5 minutes from the author of the mod. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this video was informative, and I would like to add a little bonus. If you are worried about your puppers and other animals suffering, missing legs and other parts, there is a very good mod called A Dog Said Animal Prosthetics. Make sure to grab it if you ever cared about your animals. Another mod you may be interested in is called Evolved Organs REDUX. It gives you an option of mutated and alien organs to install instead of mechanical body parts. I didn't play much with it, but if there is enough interest, I can make a review video about this as well. If you like this kind of content, please leave a like and a comment if you would like to add something from yourself. I'm looking forward to build a community and create many more videos about Rimworld. I have a long list of mods to review, and I will be grateful if you could share your opinion. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a great day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.